ain't see me, you Stevie. Wondering how I reach more evolutions than Eevee and make it look easy.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's Blerd without fear. Welcome back to the channel. Alright, so today's video, we're going to be talking about, well, the new X-Men titles that were announced. Well, they were already announced, but you get where I'm going with this. Basically, Marvel earlier today put out an announcement on Twitter that, what was going to be going on with these new upcoming titles. While it wasn't a full-on reveal the way we got with adjectiveless X-Men, uncanny X-Men, and exceptional X-Men, while we didn't get that per se, we don't have like key art or anything like that. It's really just just a stock standard promotional ad that gives us a little bit of an idea what we can expect. So first and foremost, of the three previously announced titles that we didn't really have any information on, what we do know is, at least in the case of X-Force, it's going to be going back to the OG 90s logo. So we're going to be going back to that classic X-Force kind of vibe. At least that's what, I guess they're trying to push us in the direction of. And we know that whatever this team is going to be doing, the former X-Factor member, later turned X-Man, Forge, he is going to be presumably leading the team. We get a little bit of an ad that basically says, the world is broken and Forge knows how to fix it. His secret weapon is ... X-Force. So we know that's going to be coming this July. And then the next one up that we get is Pheonix. And we discover that it is life, fire, power, possibility, one woman alone in the cosmos. Jean Grey is ... Pheonix, coming this July as well. Now, the interesting thing to take note of here, I know myself and a lot of other people on, I guess in the comic book commentator community, a lot of us were under the impression that this was going to be some kind of a team book, like an ensemble type of comic, and apparently that's not the case. This is a straight up solo series. So while I kind of am a little bit sad at the notion that it's not going to involve the other characters, it is honestly probably for the best. I like the idea of them going with Pheonix on this one, having Jean Grey in what to me personally kind of feels like a Silver Surfer style comic, just the way that, not saying that's what it's going to be, but just the way that it's teased. Like, the way that it's being promoted, it almost kind of reminds me of what we got. Like, and I don't know if this is what it's going to be, but if it is what we got, I'd be happy with it. But like that Dan Slott, Mike Allred, Silver Surfer from like, I think it was like 2016, 2017. Yeah, if it was something like that, man, I'd be in. I would be 100% in, no questions asked. And then after Pheonix, we have NYX, or NYX, as a lot of people call it. I used to call it that at one point, but I feel like it's more NYX than it is anything else. But neither here nor there. Point of the matter is that this book is, well, we knew it was going to focus on mutants in New York, because duh, NYX. But this is going to be 5 mutants alone in the big city. Welcome back to the real world. Welcome to NYX. Now, traditionally speaking, NYX is largely focused on characters, roughly anywhere between 4 to 5, maybe more characters in New York. Mutants who typically aren't necessarily a part of an X team per se, while you will get cameos of characters or even more recurring appearances of characters you would more associate with X-Men. They were the bug, not the feature. For this, I am actually pretty excited. I'm actually pretty excited for this, if for no other reason than the fact that, we'll very likely get 5 all new characters. And it'll definitely have, some cameos and appearances by characters we're familiar with, but I like the idea of focusing on new faces, even if it is, brand spanking new. Honestly, I would kind of prefer it if they focus more on characters who, because we already have a ton of X, characters. I would personally prefer it if it was a situation where maybe focus on mutants that don't get a lot of focus in the core X-Men comics or the X spin-off comics. That's how I would do it personally. Just me, not telling Marvel how to do their shit, but at the same time, kind of Yeah, on the slick, I'm telling Marvel how to do their shit. But yeah, that's what I would do. Like, yeah, I would take 4 or 5 characters that you just don't get a lot out of, and maybe even some characters people don't have high opinions of, just because they've either been introduced poorly or utilized poorly. And I would put them in that situation. Like, I would love to take the character Bling and put her in an NYX title and just clean that whole situation up, because that's just all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, that's what I would do with it. I would take characters like that and then put them in that situation. Maybe take like a Bling, maybe a Elixir. I don't know, throw Elixir into the mix. Even though Elixir's kind of gotten a little bit of play lately, but not as much as probably some people who are fans of like the late aughts, maybe early 2010s new X-Men series, or something like that. I don't know. It just depends on what you're looking for. But yeah, I would do something like that. Like, yeah, just take those characters, do something with them, and make it special. Make it special. But we don't know any more than this right here. All these titles seem to be dropping in July, and we're gonna get more information later in the week about each of these books, and presumably maybe the next week or the week after we'll get a little more information on some of those books that are going to be dropping in maybe like August or September that were also announced, because we still haven't seen anything for X Factor. We still haven't seen anything for the Wolverine solo, and honestly with Wolverine, with the 50th issue coming up soon, we're probably not going to see anything about Wolverine until after that 50th issue. So it might actually be a good enough reason for them to hold off on the X Factor announcement, if ever there was a good enough reason to do that, as well as the Storm solo series. So you'll probably see more about that later, and when they do, of course, obviously I will tell you what I think, and yeah, we'll just go from there. But anyway, until next time. You guessed it, obligatory channel outro time. If you're not subscribed to the channel, consider doing so. Clicking that subscribe button and tapping that notification bell ensures that you get more videos just like this one, and you don't miss any of my other content that I drop throughout the week, plus my live streams every Thursday and Saturday. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you click that like button, keep it plus ultra, and sound off in the comments.